So good morning, guys. Even though I don't do weight anymore per se, I do like to keep a log of it in case somebody, what did you weigh? So this morning, 92.3. So I am eking down, but it's not a metric that I really am following anymore for my continued health. My body formation is I mean, it's really, really interesting. I used to have really fat legs, and now my legs are like whoa. I'm just waiting for a couple of some of these star veins to go away. Let's see if they get reincorporated. That would be interesting. Gosh, without surgery, right? Two video ideas I had today. One yesterday because I was eating some cucumbers with some like chili, salty stuff that Mexicans used to eat when they were kids. They used to eat fruit with this stuff on it, and we never had a fat kid in Mexico. And now all the kids I see are fat, and fat. I'm so ashamed. But that's not my kid. So the second idea I had today is I made some lifestyle changes, and I really over the last couple of years here, we've had some challenges, I guess, worldwide. And am I impervious to them? No. In fact, I have attacked them. I have gone and learned all I could about them. And this is kind of where I am on my health journey today. And there's an interesting thing. I'm not going to use specific terms because I don't want videos taken down. But I need you to use your thinking caps, and I need you to kind of come with me on this. There's a dude in Europe who he's a psychiatrist, and he kind of figured out that there's some severe groupthink situations that happen, and this one's on a global basis. Groupthink is one of those things like in Kennedy, he had the Bay of Pigs invasion, and there was no man that said no. Everyone said yes, do it, because nobody wanted to stick out and look stupid or otherwise in that meeting. There's other cases where religious cults go to some foreign land and drink a bunch of Kool-Aid, okay? So all these metaphors were based on real facts of real people who essentially get so involved in, it's essentially, it's like a flock of birds. You ever notice when flocks of birds just seem to move? Like who's the head? We don't know. Everything just is reflective and refractive and deflective, and they just move as if one unit. Well, that's kind of what happened here on Earth for a while. It's still happening. But what they have to do to keep this going is they have to isolate you. So people become canceled. People can't communicate. People can't associate. Long ago, I was in a business called Quick Star, and it was the Amway business, and we would be high touch. I did pretty good, actually. I loved Amway. It helped me. That's probably why I have such an extensive library on just what I'm talking about, human nature. And so you dealt with people. The best and the worst parts of this business were the people, right? Good people and idiots. Sorry. But high touch is meeting people, shaking hands, kissing babies, that kind of thing. And the high tech side was the online version. So instead of needing to call your upline, you just go out on the computer, bam, and it's all done automatically. I had no problem with that. But today now we're isolated. I'm not. I do what I want when I want. So that's kind of an interesting thing. I'll get back to my lifestyle. The second thing they do is take away what is enjoyed. Well, most people on the planet, bread and circuses. Look that up in the Roman times. Just give the people enough bread, and they'll be quiet. All right. Well, now I've taken away your bread, and now you're sitting there going, I can't see anyone I know or love, and now I don't have any bread. Now I have no entertainment. Now I can't go to gyms and bars and whatever the hell people do. Okay, again, I'll talk about my lifestyle. Constant anxiety. Oh no, what's going to happen tomorrow? Again, I'll talk about my lifestyle. And finally, a single solution offered by authority. Ta-da! I know you know what it is. I'm not going to say it. And this is the kicker. There's no limit to the absolute absurdity of the solution. It doesn't matter. Call it a solution, repeat the big lie, and there you go. Save us. Bugger off. There's no saving. Okay, so here's how my lifestyle impacted this whole deal. I learned this when I went back to the U.S. in 2016. I had limited amounts of money, and I had to build a house with a very limited budget, and I had to live on that until I wound up getting a job. So I bought the bare necessities. Who knows? My daughter says, "Oh, that's minimalism." So we became minimalists. I mean, I can show you around my house. I think I've done it on a couple of my other videos. I have a table that I'm sitting at with one folding chair. There's a table across the room with a folding chair. We have some plastic chairs for our students that come in. We use our living room as our school. And it's got like a partition looking thing. And then there's 2 rocking chairs, a sofa, and a TV I inherited. And everything else, we've never bought anything new pretty much since we got here to Mexico. We bought a washer, dryer, stove, and a fridge. All right. And that was 15 years ago-ish, 2008, 2009, somewhere in there. I'm rounding. And so minimalism, we sold our dining room, we sold our china, we sold tables, we sold chairs, we sold everything. We're going through now photos and things and just zapping it all. Because remember when you were first out on your own? I know me, I went in the military. Everything I owned could fit in the backseat of my car. What happened? We got into buying and doing all this dumb stuff, right? So let me, the minimalism here definitely helps as taking away what is enjoyed. I already talked about my going out and doing whatever I wanted, so I'm not isolated. I refuse to be. And I've had, it still happens today. I'm walking down the street. I don't deal with all of this hokey pokey bullshit, all right? It's just bullshit. I don't deal with it. And people get off the sidewalk and walk across the street to avoid me. Good. I don't care. I have friends. I have my family. Yeah, so on the minimalism thing, they can't take away anything I enjoy because I never went out and did anything that matters to most of the creature comfort, compete with the Joneses, get a better job, get a bigger car, get a bigger house, you name it. Buying all these presents for people you don't like with money you don't have. All right, I get it. That's most people. Oh, that's not me. Anxiety? Look, being anxious is thinking of the future, not being able to have control over it. Now, you can combat that. It's a form of fear. And I read in a book, The Magic of Thinking Big, one of the first books I ever got in Amway. We come back to that. This was incredible because I learned that action cures fear. So instead of being afraid of the thing, I immediately grabbed every web resource I had in all my medical books, and I decided to learn, what are we dealing with? I'm still here. Lo and behold, apparently I figured it out. And then the single solution offered by authority, and there's no limit. Since I don't play in this world, I mean, I've isolated myself, but I'm inclusive. I don't keep people away. I self-isolate through my own behavior, my minimalism. My human relation skills are second to none. My dad, I always wanted to be like my dad. He had friends everywhere. I have friends everywhere. I don't know if they like me. I don't know if they want to give me a kidney, but, I have friends. I have lots of friends. At least I can strike up a conversation. At least you look pretty to my face. Fine by me, man. That's how I take it. So I don't need their solution, and I'm not going to take their solution. And that's the end of that on the psychosis part. I was actually talking with a psychologist who's one of my students yesterday. We were kind of chatting about this. I believe in God, so even if I die, who cares? Okay, I get judged, and if I go to hell, well, that's a bummer. If I go to heaven, wahoo. And I got into intermittent fasting as a consequence of, well, the keto, right? The keto has to kind of happen to get your fat adapted so that you can go longer periods without food. The way I talk to people, and some people, when I say, I did a 3-day fast, I did a 5-day fast, their eyes, like deer in the headlights, okay? Like an opossum just looking at you as you run it over. They can't imagine an hour going by without their ability to run to the pantry or to their refrigerator. And I hear that's coming. People are starting to say, oh, they were food, what's the latest ridiculous euphemism for this? Food challenged or I don't know, something about they didn't have food. All right, well, I know for a fact that I can go at least a month with what I have on my body and still not dig into my lean muscle mass. I have over 100,000 calories on my body. My metabolism burns 2,000 a day. Do the math. That's 50 days. And that's just fat. That's just skin. That's just loose hanging fruit, man. That's just, well, not those. Okay. But what can they take from me? I've already given everything up. And that's what Jesus said. If you've seen my other videos, he's just kind of over my left shoulder here. Hi, Jesus. He said, give it all away. And I guess the idea is give it all away before they steal it or take it. I mean, criminals will come in my house. Just leave me my life. You know what? You don't have to steal it. Point to the things you want. I'll give it to you. And go in peace. Oh, I want your television. Bruh, you want me to unattach it for you? Take the armature with it. It's a quick, simple idea. All I'm going to do is just use a screwdriver. All right? You can watch me the whole time. You want anything else? I got a fan. I got some nice speakers here. They're really old, but hey, you know what? You want a pressure cooker? Do you guys need some food? Are you starving? Are you on drugs? I mean, here's all the cash I have in the house. Take it. Just leave me my life. Like, what kind of psychopath does that? Oh, I'm going to defend and I'm, and they have their placemats and their doormats and I'm, this house is guarded by Smith & Wesson 3 days a week. You just figure out which 3. Oh, that's cute. What a fucking idiot. You can buy all that stuff again, bruh. Why are you so worried about possessions? You don't even own your life. God gave you that, but you have some control over it, so why don't you, do that? So again, it's a real nice place where I'm at. The only thing they can take is my life, and because of Jesus, so be it. Long live Jesus Christ, and there I become a martyr. Okay, baptism by blood, life's good, and death is good. What else can they do? So I'm really, really happy tying this back into, obviously this is from fat to fit after 50. I think when you lose all this weight, you get rid of this frontal lobe over glucose problem, and you start thinking rationally, again, like a human is supposed to. I just think that's just wonderful for your psyche. You think better. You're not in a fog. I don't get anxious. What can you do? Breathe. Check your heart rate variability. It's awesome stuff. All right, so on that note, I'll cut you guys loose, but if you're afraid of things, you need to make some changes. Maybe you need to, cast off some sandbags on your balloon so it'll go higher. Maybe you need to isolate yourself from people who are truly idiots. If you're afraid of something, don't be. Learn what it is. And if it's truly something you need to worry about, then act first. Get to them before they, I had a officer in the U.S. Coast Guard whom I disliked immensely. And to this day, I have no respect for this moron. He was a former Marine, couldn't handle it in the real man's military, so he joined the Coast Guard, and he becomes a lieutenant colonel or some nonsense. No, it would be a lieutenant commander, sorry. Colonel's the other side. We don't deal with them. And he was just merciless, man. And I'll tell you, his name's Rex Prosser. Total asshole. If he's dead, you know what? Say nothing of the dead. Rest in peace. You've been judged. Ta-da-da. But he was just absolutely a brutal human being. And for some reason, I can't rewind the tape and figure out where I was going with that. But it was in my closing. Sometimes, I just ramble on these. These are almost like videos for me and in my vlog, but if you can take something away from him. But anyway, there was some reason why I was going to mention that he was like miserable. And for the life, I'm sorry, go back and try to figure out, well, let me just tell you, this guy just lorded it over everyone. He just threatening, horrible, malicious, vindictive, just kind of a mean guy. And in the military, you can't just go up and give people hugs, so I think he just needed a hug. So again, I don't remember what I was chasing after with that story. I'm really sorry. I haven't had my coffee yet. No, but my brain's still really good. So I guess that's it. We'll just cut it loose. You know what? I'll re-see this, and if I think it needs some edit, I'll just kind of drop an edit in there or something. Because I don't edit these. I just kind of click on them and upload them. So anyway, don't freak out. Just act. If you're anxious, give up control of things that you don't have control over. Get rid of possessions you think somebody might steal. So be proactive. Everything you think they can do to you, get ahead of them and act first. Okay? Oh, that's what he was telling me. Sorry, I don't have to cut this down. He did say one jewel of wisdom that I loved. I really loved. He said, let's go do it to them before they can do it to us. All right, so I do thank you, Mr. Prosser. Fair winds and following seas. But no, that was a good jewel. You know what? Even people whom I have no real passionate love for. I mean, yeah, I'd feed them, I'd visit them in prison, the whole Beatitudes thing. But I can still learn from everyone, which is kind of a plus, I think. So yeah, so just remember, be proactive. Do it to them before they can do it to you. We're going to take all your stuff. What stuff? What do you mean, what stuff? Yeah, I gave it all away to the poor. You what? See you guys in the next one. Bye.